Alright, we're live. Uh-oh, I'm doing it again.
ああ、もうぐちゃぐちゃだよー。
Ah. Okay, okay. Yeah? Are you all back? Okay. We want fries? I always want fries. We want fries! We want fries! Oh my god, do I have... I see, I understand. So today, this is my makeup stream because Tuesday I missed it since I was out hanging with Kitten, and that was more important. That I am just working on one of the Patreon rewards. I have commissions I need to get done too, but I can't work on the one I'm working on right now on stream, so it's not happening on the stream. Ah, wow. Just wonder if I should leave this a little warmer. It's still too dark. Okay. So the winner of my June Patreon Chibi, July. Wait, what month is it? July. So June, yeah. Was Blade Corpse, and he wanted his OC Amy, but specifically in like a maid outfit that would look good at a cat cafe, and with fox ears. That's what I got. And so this is what the result is. Woo. And yeah, I know it's a super weird time for me to be streaming, but I wanted to avoid Kitten stream and if we want to play a game tonight, so. Thursday is normally my game night for a tabletop, but we are missing too many players again, so I will not be having tabletop tonight. Actually, we are losing one of our players for a little bit. At least a little bit. I don't actually know how long they're going to be gone, but because of that, I'm trying to find kind of somebody to take over their role. Not their character, but their role. They were the tank of the group. So, yeah, they're without a strong fighter. And I have an NPC who fits that build and could be easily shoved in there, but I'd rather have a player character be it. So I don't care if like I get somebody to play that NPC as a player character, or if I just end up actually getting a new character in there for the time being, but I think it's important that they have somebody who can battle. Also, I believe... Oh, I just realized what I forgot to do. Give me a sec, guys. I forgot to turn off mirroring. There we go. Okay, that should be better. But, yeah, a lot of them don't have... it would be one thing if more of the characters had fighting things. No art, only cat. Well, I mean, my cat is sleeping next to me. That counts for anything. He had a fur ball on his pillow, and so I washed it, and he was sad it was gone for a couple of days, but I put it back now that it's dry, and he's very happy. Rada's pillow is all back to normal. There's the other cat now. Hi, Kana. I don't know what she's doing, just Kana things. But yeah, anyways, like I was saying, I feel bad for the group. They don't have somebody who can do combat very well. And they do have another character who is pretty good at combat. But they also don't have another social character. And it was weird because their combat heavy character also carried their social stuff. Although one of the other characters has a lot of potential to do social, so. Yeah, that's exactly why, like, it's a hard one to fill. Initially, I was just planning on having, like, people come in as guests every now and then to fill some of my NPCs. Like, Too Much Wong has a character in there who's technically an NPC. His name is the Feast Fancier. He is a merchant who travels around selling questionable food of his own concoctions. They've had some very weird meetings with him so far, but yeah. But he's not a constant character, and even like last time he showed up, I actually handled playing him because he is an NPC technically. I really like it, but I feel like the group is just really starting to falter. We lost one of our players before during the last campaign, which I wasn't DMing, Eros was. And now he is, you know, his schedule's not even has Thursday available. And now we're having more where a lot more of the players are just not having Thursdays open. And that's okay and all, but it's also like, well, you know, we've been doing this day, and I don't think most of us can rework our schedules around that. I don't want to see it end, but at the same time, I would rather, you know, if everyone's really getting too busy and stuff, I'd rather it just not be a huge issue. And like I said, that's why I do have an NPC who can fit the build. Ironically, she is hunting one of the player characters, but she is definitely very good for combat. Yeah, adult life. Yeah, I mean that's just part of it. As we all got older, we've been role playing via Discord a while since. Gosh, we've gone through like, let's see, there's Pierce for me, Umbra. Garby was a one shot. That was so that was a short one, but that's 3. Tinny ended early, and then Akechi also ended early, and then Ruin ended early as well. So what? That's 6 campaigns we've done together in different game systems. Woo! All right, I'll climb into your suitcase. It does, I'm sure. Just be careful, Twaifu. I mean, I know you will. I just don't trust anyone else. Trying to explain that to people is really weird too. They're like, "Oh, you can trust me." Like, I don't know you. How can I trust you? I do want to travel, but I'm also like, not that I have the money anyways. I was hoping to be able to get enough money to buy an extra microphone before karaoke this Saturday, but I probably will not, so. Sorry, Rana Faye, you will be stuck with the we'll be stuck with using a Wii U mic as the secondary mic. Oh my gosh, no, if an airplane got rid of masks. The problem is you're still gonna have those people who are like, I'm eating the whole time and not wear their mask. I also have a lot more health issues than most people, so that doesn't help. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it's one of the things I've been worried about, but that's good they don't put up with that. I don't blame them. It's a bunch of crap. Our local post office still requires you to wear a mask. It was kind of funny. We dropped off packages earlier today for Akiba Seoul, and this one lady wasn't wearing a mask, and like she was throwing a tantrum because they wouldn't let her in. Like there's a sign on the door that says you have to. Doesn't matter what your reasoning is. This is the policy we're holding. Yeah, no, for 5 hours, definitely not. Yeah, the let me in meme, pretty much. Technically it's a government building or whatever, so they're still required in government buildings as far as I know. I don't know, I just feel like people have been so dumb lately. I mean, they've always been dumb, but I feel like they've been dumber than the usual. Patience I do not have. Yeah, train is a lot harder to maneuver for sure, because there's so many more people on it. And it's also longer. But yeah, flights are just usually like, what, you know, a few cabins? And the stewardess walk along them. Good, good. Although, I have a feeling most of California as a whole is probably doing a little better with stuff. They are one of the highest vaccination rates in the US. I'm trying to remember which state was the highest, because it actually surprised me. It was not the one I thought it would be, because I thought it'd be something like California. Well, there's enough Republicans in California and like lower income areas, sadly, and like rural areas. I know Oregon and Washington are both up there pretty high, but I don't think it was either of those either. Yeah, the Delta thing is just, ugh. And of course, we also have Lambda to worry about. Lambda hasn't really come up yet because it hasn't hit US yet, but it was originated. I really need to delete that. Oh my god, I keep forgetting to delete that. Sorry guys, those chaos event is over. But yeah, so the Lambda strain started in Peru, down in South America. Is that the monkey disease? No. Yeah, it's another COVID variant. It started in Peru, and it's already shown up in Canada. So somehow it skipped over us for now, but you know, we're smack dab between Canada and South America. Plus, it is like Delta, where it is another really, really bad strain. It's very aggressive. But yeah, it has yet, at least as far as I've read, to hit the US. No, this is the Lambda COVID variant. There might be a monkey disease similar to it. As far as I know, this one is actually for humans, but maybe there is one, Or maybe my article was misleading. I'll have to look up more on it. Either way, people suck. Okay, it's in Europe. Yeah, this one is in Peru, South America. So. Foxies. Yeah, it's great. I'm really yeah, I didn't actually see that article at all, so I'll have to look it up though. Oh gosh. I know they were talking about how the potential of other diseases becoming pandemic at the same time as COVID is possible too. So, like, this is great. Let's see, that looks okay. Yeah, it would be nice if there was like a more visual symptom of COVID too. But yeah, I know a huge problem is because it hits everyone so completely differently. Like I said, I was we all like Twaifu was also part of this group. So myself, Wong, Twaifu, and Vince all got really sick before COVID was like really widespread. But it was around the time the COVID came to the States, and I honestly thought it was going to be COVID. It ended up being a flu, but I didn't have verification for sure that was what it was on my end until I went in for a COVID test, and I didn't have any antibodies. Vince is the one who started it all. But yeah, I thought it was just gonna be like you know, I actually wondered if we had all gotten COVID then because it was so bad for me. And I think it was so bad for you guys too. I mean, I know I got it worse than Wong did, but I was like, I had to take a week off of work where I couldn't even work, and then I took off an additional week. Yeah, I was gonna say that's just it. I believe you had told me that it said it was the flu, but I actually had wondered if maybe I had caught something else on top of it. But yeah, no, I had no antibodies when I got that test. Yeah, I had to take a week off work because I was so sick I couldn't do anything. And then I took this next week. I worked from home because I didn't want to spread it. And one of my only coworker is a cancer patient. Well, back when I had that job, I don't work there anymore. They let me go because we didn't have enough work during the pandemic. Only thing I miss about that place is that I had a stable paycheck. It wasn't even a good paycheck. Yeah, it was really rough though. Fever, cough, nausea. I've not had a bad flu like that in a long, long time. And then, of course, late last year when I started coughing. Yeah, it's like we all got it around the same time. I believe Kohaku said she got it too. It was horrible. Yeah, I thought I might have COVID again end of last year because I was coughing and I could not stop. And I always have temperature spikes because of autoimmune, especially when there's temperature changes. But like it almost was like abnormal. So I went in and did the COVID test, and it came back negative. And in fact, it came back that I had the flu. It was over. I had it. But I also, thanks to getting my flu shot, it wasn't anywhere near as bad as it could have been. So yeah. That's why I was like, I don't want to see anyone or anything during that time. So like we just kind of holed up in our house. Actually, I think my mom may have visited like one time, but she never got it, and she never brought it back to my dad, which was good. He's also he's a cancer survivor, but still. And I know, like, because we had hung out with Vince and Twaifu that weekend, and they weren't, like, Vince was feeling a little bad, but he wasn't that bad until, like, after we left, and then he started getting really bad by the time we were getting ready to leave, and then Twaifu got hit that night, and then we had driven down to Indy to see friends, which did not get it either, but that's when I started showing my symptoms. I drove home with 104-degree fever. You know how it is. Yeah, the fever was bad. It was really bad. That was mostly the main reason I took so many days off of work, is I was just like, I can't focus at all. I'm burning up. Actually, when I was talking to my rheumatologist about it, she was like, and you didn't freaking go to the hospital? Because I guess it was too high. And I was like, oops. Oh my gosh, that's great, Ranape. Did you get the photos of Spider-Man? I hope you did. Oh, you did not. How rude. Koji had one job. How dare he? I think we all know what this means. This year for Ranafe's birthday, we all need to send her pictures of Spider-Man. No, you don't have to get the flu to get them. We'll just send you the pictures of Spider-Man. Yes. I love how excited she is about it. I could probably get Wong in a Spider-Man cosplay just for photos. You think I could pull off a mustache? I could be James Jameson. Or I guess I could be Jane Jameson and be a girl. Gender bend him. I'm kidding, by the way. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. Send me pictures of Spider-Man! I still love those memes. I just realized I randomly inked part of her hand down there. I was like, what is down there? It's just her hand. Okay, then. Yeah, that sounds like me. I do miss cosplay shenanigans, but I just, with not having money and just being so crazy with working on stuff, it's just been like, yeah, I haven't really done much. I was excited to do that shoot with Kitten, but the cosplay I was gonna wear was actually one I bought from a friend a couple years back and have never worn. But I wanted to wear her because I was like, I don't need a wig, this will be fun. But my boobs are too big now. I can't wear her. I need to lose some weight, so. I probably won't go to C2E2. I was debating because it's so late in the year, and I mean, I'll keep an eye on it, but now that they're doing that stupid subscription service too thing, I mean, I know you can get a badge otherwise, but I'm like, I don't like that. Like, dude, we're already paying like out the wazoo. All I do at C2E2 is wander the dealer's room. I don't even really buy stuff. I go there to see friends and to dress up. Gosh, yeah, that's actually one of the good things about not having cons. I don't have to figure out what I'm wearing. I have no idea. I do want to get better pictures of my 2B costume. I don't know if they're gonna actually have the employee badges like that this year. Because I know one of the there's a librarian on there who asked about it. Is it like the pro badges or whatever? Oh, are you guys? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what's going on with it. Yeah, at least those are more reasonable. I hate that like so many things are doing weird stuff now. But yeah, I honestly like I know they just confirmed the dates for YomaCon and I'm like, nope, I'm not going. Like, sorry guys. That is like smack dab in the middle of like flu season. Yeah, I mean, it definitely hasn't. I haven't done cons obviously either in this long time. C2E2 was my last con before the pandemic. It was great. I couldn't see. Yeah, Yoma mostly you know, because I run their idol and stuff. And they were trying to be like a lot more supportive because they have a new person in charge of live events. But yeah, I haven't talked to them at all about it this year, but I need to message them and let them know I'm just not comfortable running it this year because I'm not comfortable going to the con. So I was like, the earliest one the only one I would have considered is, or only one I am considering is D22, unless for some reason like everyone starts getting vaccinated and stuff clears up, but I doubt that. Sorry guys, I don't have faith in people. Yeah. Yeah, it is. DragonCon is definitely going to be a best. I know Otakon is requiring masks, and there's already all this like flack from it. I like that they're requiring masks though. But it was another one of those where the venue wouldn't let them out, so they're trying to like do the best they can with it. And I do understand that it's not like really their fault. And sometimes, but yeah, so they do what they can. I know I had friends shocked that I didn't do Colossal Con this year, and I was like, well, duh. That was way too early. And one of my friends who did go was like, oh, can I come and visit? And like, not until you've been, you know, at least 2 weeks after the con, and then check to make sure that you don't have COVID, because no. A water park just seems like, you know, a festering spot for disease. I know, guys, I sound totally paranoid. Hello, Jellable. Did I make that sleeve uneven? Actually, that looks pretty good. I'll leave it. Yeah, for the most part, they are. Thank you. How you doing? I know I'm on at a really weird time for me. My makeup for missing Tuesday's stream. Actually, Wong has a quieter. Work has kind of quieted down for him too, so I'm not like obnoxiously streaming while he works. I mean, he is still working, but. Oh, that's okay. I know that with the time difference too, Jolliball. I'm usually on later, so that can be an issue too. I tried. I was gonna say I think I almost caught you on once, but when I went there, it was already over. I have been basically glued to my computer for commissions lately, though. I'm so happy people commission me, but I'm also like, oh my god, there's so many, and I've still got to get those kiosks done, and The life of an artist. Well, I say at least with teaching, it's nice because I'm just using, I can just use, I don't like that. I can just use lesson plans from before. Yeah, I've got 2 not safe for work commissions, which one of them is done, but they're together, so I'm working on the other one, and it's not my normal thing, so it's a lot more difficult in some ways, but I also just finding the time to do it. And then I have another commission from one of my regulars. That's just an OC, but I feel bad because his kind of got pushed behind. I thought about doing that on the stream today, but I'm like, I'm also behind on Patreon rewards. Oops. And it's almost the end of June. Okay, I was gonna say, where did I put her collarbone? Right there. That looks better. Maybe she was missing something. I also still, well, on top of needing to finish all the pages for volume 14 of Zo's Kiosk, I also still want to redo my emotes on here and change them from Zo's Kiosk space to me. But I've been really bad about that. Or more like, I shouldn't say really bad, I just haven't had time. I realized I didn't do her eyes. Let's go back and do those. Whee! At least on the other Patreon reward I have to do for this month, I got as far as I picked a pose. I started sketching it too, the pose. So I've got a little bit on it. I just not much to show. Having emotes is fun. I love that, and the one I share, the server I share is Cosplaying Kitten. We both have our emotes up, and plus, like on my Patreon, my freebie every month is well, depending on your tier, I do a chibi. So that's mine, but hers is actually an emote. So she has posted some of the emotes there. I actually won one of them from her too. It's pretty fun. Jiju Preeti from the Archivist Sinners for me. Yeah, running your own server can be pretty hard. I've got a shit ton on my plate too, so I can relate. That's why I'm like, that when it came to when I started doing more on Twitch and the server thing, instead of doing my own server, Cosplaying Kitten had hers up, and I was like, we share like so many of the same people, like we have a lot of the same friends, and we're attracting some of the same people as far as even normals on our channel. So you know what? If you don't mind, can I just like hop on yours? And she was like, yeah, that's great. So we share it. But she technically still has, I'm mod, like I have all the rights I can without being admin because she is the admin. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I don't like that 8th one. 8th. That's better. And that's almost too thin though. I like eyelashes. RTD from mobile. Sorry, RTD. I'm on when you're not at home. I assume you're still working. Actually, what time is it? I don't know. Maybe you've already left work. Yeah, still at work. That sucks. Hopefully not for too much longer. I did all my work earlier today, but well, besides commissions, but I didn't have a lot to do for Oculus Soul today, which was nice. Only 4 boxes to pack? Yeah. And then, you know, I just realized she's not an actual cat. What am I doing for her eyes? Ooh, brain fart. Okay, there we go. It's ironic because I have not actually switched to my Calafina playlist on my iPad for this weekend, but it keeps playing Calafina songs anyways. It knows. Yay, freedom! So Twaifu, is it time for that boss fight? Oh no, Prana fam, sorry to hear that. I just feel like these workplaces are getting worse and worse. Hey, I'm teasing you, Twaifu, don't worry. We were talking about Ring Fit earlier today online. I actually did Ring Fit again today, but Wong was like, do it longer. And I did, and I died. So died. See, I died so much I can't even English. But yeah, I had to take a very much long break, longer than usual. Guys, I would also like to point out that contrary to sometimes when I mess up my English very bad, I am actually a native English speaker. I swear. Ugh. The hell, yeah. People need time to respond to emails. Well, I also listen to like some of the crap that like Wong goes through at work when he's in meetings and stuff, and people will be like calling, and he's like, "That's not my job. Yeah, that's somebody else's, or I can't do anything with that. It's the same thing," and they don't care. They're just like they want to bitch somebody out. Oh, I believe it. It's actually sad though. This is why so many people are so stressed though from work. When work is doing crazy stuff like this and not giving people a chance to like, unwind. Is it time for the Gundam? Time for the Gundam. Wong just stole the other part of my headphones that I don't use typically. I say steal, but my bag was right there, and I don't mind him taking it. In other words, RTD, mass murder. Right now, I kind of feel like I'm drilling a Nekopata girl. Ranafe, I promise you will laugh this weekend, not cry. We also got to decide what time you want me to come get you too. I should also probably check with Kasumi to see what time. It was good for her as well. Cause I invited her to join us for sushi. Oh, I said we gotta figure out what time we wanna, like, what time I should get you for Saturday for karaoke, and then I also invited Kasumi for sushi too, so I gotta see what time works for her too, because obviously we gotta do it before 6, and we're just gonna, you know, order it and bring it back, or deliver it, get it delivered, whatever. We ain't going to eat at a restaurant. Yay! Sushi and karaoke! Yeah, we start at 6. I'm very excited. It's gonna be all Calafina, guys. Ranafe and I are huge Calafina fans. Yeah, Taifu, we can do it on a different day. You've traveled a lot already. I'm gonna try to see if this place is any good. I'm very picky about sushi, so you know, if it passes my okay, then you're probably good. 435-ish? Oh, there it goes. I was like, why didn't it make a new layer? I'm so glad that RTD is all for mass murder. That's what I want to hear. Ugh. No, see, I think that's fine. Like, you gotta take breaks for yourself. It's important. It's great to see friends, but it's also, like, important to, you know, stop and not do something. What? I don't know yet. I'll buy yours. It's important to die at home. That's good. I don't know, so many of the places over here that are around us that are like, we sell sushi, are like, what is this? This isn't sushi. Yeah, I am very picky about sushi. I love it though. Like, I had mentioned it to Kasumi and her mom while we were there hooking up the router and printer for them. And her mom was like, oh, like Sakura? And I was like, oh god, no, not Sakura. Sakura Bowl, it's okay. It's pretty sad, actually. I actually, when I went there with my mother a long time ago, like when it first opened, I was like, you know what? I will try their katsudon, because katsudon is like a really simple dish. So, you know, they can't mess that up, right? Wrong. It was horrible. And yeah, their sushi was like, ugh. Yeah, I hate the prices for it. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna like price them this much, it should actually be good sushi. I understand that like seafood and stuff cost a lot, but like, you guys, do you not know what you're doing? Oh, right, they don't. Ah! Ah! Wrong layer. You know what though? Actually, I think I can save this. Okay. Trying to think what the other place I tried with my mom was. Oh, thank you, Jallable. Haha, safe. Oh, good. Cheap sushi's good. Well, actually, what is it? The one at Strax is not too bad, but it has to be the Tsunami and not the Okami. But they took away my favorite one, so I'm sad. Hi, Firearm. God, Okami is horrible. Well, it's not fresh for one thing. Where Tsunami, they do literally make it fresh every day. Gosh, there's a sushi place that opened up in Munster on Ridge. That's the one. It's so overpriced and it was not worth it at all. I haven't tried Myers yet. I wasn't sure about it because, yeah, I was worried it was going to end up being like Okami again. We're not on Ridge. Wow, it's on Calumet. I lied. It's right near where I go to my doctor's office. It's right near Centennial Park. My rheumatologist is right out there. Oh, Kitaro. Yeah, that's it. And like, of course, it was also weird because like the interior looked like they were trying to go like Woodlandsy. Like, what the hell? What does this have to do with sushi? Yeah, but back in the day when I still had a job and occasionally had money, I was like, let's splurge. Mother, let's try this place. Tomato. There is a really good sushi place out in St. John, actually. Not all their sushi is amazing. It is also on 30. But I can't think of the name. I don't think it's not Yamato, though. Oh, maybe it is the same place then. I don't know. I didn't think it was Yamato. But at least the times we've ordered, we got lucky. But then again, Kitten and I like their crabbin thing. I'll have to check later too. Maybe it was. I have receipts and stuff. Because we did it for Mother's Day one time because it was just, you know, close. But then Kitten and I got it randomly one day too, and it was still just as good. So, but it's been a while since I've been there, so I don't know. I mean, we all know Sushi Station is probably the best sushi station or sushi place we have around us, but it is out there. If you could go down, I want to go to Sushi Station, but I also don't want to go out and eat where people exist. They do have takeout at Sushi Station though. I've been tempted a couple times. I've never tried Ryo sushi. Things get better, we'll have to go together. I just love sushi. Mitsuha itself also has some pretty good sushi. They have a really good crab salad sushi that I tend to get. It's blue crab, which is not my favorite, but they're good. Okay, cool. I hope they're still around. Obviously, you spent way more time in Chicago than I have. I go to there to visit. You used to work in downtown. Come downtown. It scares me to drive. Although at least South Shore is supposed to have mask policy, which makes me feel a little better, just they don't enforce it. Yeah, I love driving everywhere, but big cities are the only place I will not drive in. I will drive to them to an extent, like a suburb, but I won't drive actually in them. Did I make her pigtails the same thickness? No, this one is way thicker. We'll thicken this one out. There you go, that should be better. Hey, now we can go back. Yeah. I got so spoiled on public transit when I was in Japan too. Not only was it everywhere, it was, you know, on time, reliable, clean, quiet. Guys, I'm old. I just want my peace and quiet, man. Although I did have one mishap with public transit in Japan. So when we were in Hakone, our stop was Hoteru no Maede, which is like, you know, before the hotel. But the route actually had 2 stops called that. Like, why would you do that? Nothing to differentiate between them. Alright, bye RTD. I'm sure I'll see you later. Be safe getting home. What'd you forget? Okay, weird noises, here they come. My god, Ronafe, will you make weird noises with me during the karaoke stream if somebody redeems it? Maybe. I mean, I always make weird noises pretty regularly, so it's not that hard for me. That's how Wong and I communicate anymore. Don't worry, I'll help you fuck around. Oh my god, that sounds so bad. Actually, the weird noise thing also has become a bit of a, I would say a problem, but it has gotten really weird too. Because sometimes I forget, like, that not everyone I know does that, and like I'll be out with my mom and stop making weird noises at her, and she's like, what are you doing? Sorry. This is what I do at home. I've done it like once or twice to my students too. They find it hilarious, and I was like, sorry guys, don't mind me. Your teacher's crazy. Oh, yeah, there you go. Right. Skirt connects to there. Oh, to jump to another topic. So, obviously the new Zelda game came out, well, not new, the remake of Skyward Sword came out, and I'd ordered it, and I'd ordered the physical copy through Best Buy, and they were like, we can't find your order, it's delayed. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? But yeah, I was like, okay. Well, I ended up just going and when I ordered it initially, they only had the shipping option. They didn't have a pickup at store, which was so dumb. But I was like, I want it, I don't care. I want the physical copy. I hate digital copies only of games. I understand for like computer games it's one thing, but I hate it on consoles for sure. But yeah, so anyways, I've already picked it up. I even managed to snag the controllers. I'm so happy people told me where to get them. I probably shouldn't have, but I wanted them, and they're so pretty. But yeah, so they're like, you know, oh, you're suddenly they were like, your order has shipped, and I was like, what? Oh, good, you got them too, yay! It looks like a lot of my friends did. I'm so happy. All my Zelda fan friends seem to have gotten them. But yeah, so today in the mail I got a second copy, which they did charge me for. So before I returned it, I've been checking with some friends to make sure nobody wants it. They still have to pay for it, but otherwise I'm just going to return it. Maybe the spirit trials won't be so hard or terrifying. I don't know if terrifying is the right word. Maybe more like stressful beyond belief. Fucking worst part of the game, man. Aw, dang. Yeah, well, I didn't know they were gonna send it. I just got it today. Yeah, I figure if somebody I know wants it, I was asking, I put up a post on Facebook. I've been asking, like, if somebody does, you know, I'm going to sell it to them for the same price. I'm not going to up the price. I'm not going to give them a discount because I can't afford to. But if not, you know, I have a couple days to make the return. So I wonder if I can just return it and, like, take it back to the store. I don't want to return my copy that I bought at the store because it came with decals randomly. Yeah, I think most of the people I know who really wanted it got it, but I do know, like, lately, like, some of the physical games have had, like, limited releases for copies. Doesn't necessarily mean they're all hard to get, but yeah, like I said, I prefer physical copies of games. It makes me feel like I really own the game, especially when I'm paying, like, you know, $60 for a game. I mean, my fear is... Yeah, me too. I'm glad people are excited to play it. I have a lot of good memories of it, despite complaining about it. And I think the worst part is my arm was really sore. I also remember where everyone was telling me that Gay Man, as I call him, was, like, super hard to fight, and I was like, what are you talking about? I beat him in under a minute every time. I wonder if that strategy still works. To give you guys pointers on my strategy, it was, I didn't know what I was doing, so I flailed around. I just literally flailed. Like, screw strategy, here's flailing. I'm trying to think if it was that one or Twilight Princess 2 where I didn't really realize this shield bash thing and I didn't get it down till the final boss. Good. Flail away. It's the strategy to beat him. My fighting game strategy. If I don't know what I'm doing, you don't know what I'm doing either. Which one is better to play it with, actually? I haven't started it yet. I haven't had time. Commissions. I did use my my pretty controllers today though for Ring Fit. I'm so happy I got to use them. I do have a pro controller too. I got it for Monster Hunter actually. They both have their pros and cons. Motion is better on the Wii, but it's still a little annoying. Oh yeah, that can be annoying. I'll probably play around and see what I like better. I'm also the type that is lazy and only isn't likely to switch, so whatever one I decide on is gonna be the one I stick with. That makes sense. Of course, the real test will be to see how annoying Fee is in this one compared to how I remembered her. I don't even know where I put my pro controller. It used to be behind my desk. Oh, right! Wong moved it because it can just charge on the Switch. She was kind of one of those, like, she's gorgeous. I love how she does her, like, stuff. It's like, you know, ice skating. It's so pretty. But she just got really annoying at times when she was like, Master, there's an 89% chance that there's a treasure chest in this room as I'm standing in front of it. I think that's all of it. I just felt like she did that so often. Okay, cool. Time to put some colors down. But I do also remember I was in a fight and I was like really intense fighting or whatever, and I thought I was gonna die, and she keeps interrupting me. I was like, what the hell do you want, woman? So I finally like let her tell me, and she's like, Master, the batteries on your Wii motor low. And I was like, oh, okay, that's actually a good one. Yeah, it was one of those times, like, that was back in the day when I could spend, like, just hours playing a game and beat a game in, like, 3 days. Ah, back when we were young. Hey, I found the commission I did of Amy. Good. Color sources. Okay. Yeah. What are you doing? No, stop that. I didn't even click on OBS. Oh my god. Yep. Yeah, I remember talking to Ranafe on the phone when we were playing Twilight Princess. In fact, specifically, I remember getting stuck on the part where you had to like go across the bridge and like joust at the guy, knock him off. And then screaming during... Yeah, we talked a lot while playing games. Yeah, and I was telling Ranafe, I was like, I can't freaking get past this part. Like, every single time I try, like, you know, he just doesn't. I cannot get the timing right as I move my controller and accidentally knock the guy off while talking to her. Like, never mind. Taifu, you want to buy it off me? I have a copy of it. Skyward Sword was the first Zelda game I actually ended up cosplaying from. I don't know if I'd say it's one of... It's not... It's not my... I don't know if I put it in the tops for me, but I do really enjoy it. I mean, I like all the Zelda games, though. But I tend to really like the darker ones. Like Majora's Mask. Oh! How dare you, Twifu! How dare you? How dare? I mean, my main reasons for not liking digital are because, like, if the system dies or whatever, it goes out and it's kaput and gone, and they don't support it anymore, you've lost the game. Ah, I didn't mean it like that. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna use that excuse forever. I mean, I definitely know they could take up more room and stuff. Although Switch games are actually fairly small, which I enjoy. They definitely take up way less room. But I mean, I'm not that I don't own some digital games, but I'm less likely to spend, you know, I'm more likely only to spend like $5 or $6 on a digital game. Fair enough. Yeah, whenever somebody asks me, like, what are your favorite Zelda games? I'm like, depends on the day of the week, my mood. Like, Majora's Mask will probably always be up there for me, because it was my first Zelda game, which is a weird one to start at. And then, of course, yeah, Twilight Princess is just amazing. I also really like some of the handheld ones, though, too. Like, I thought, like I think one of my, well, my two favorite variations of Zelda, I think, are Wind Waker, because Toucher was such a badass, and I also really like the Zelda and Spirit tracks. I remember when I was really like, ugh. Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, once I got into Majora's Mask, because so with my Zelda, I was back when I was in elementary school, so it's been a long time too. Majora's Mask had just come out, so I asked for it for my birthday, which is in November, and I got my N64 with it, because that's what another thing I asked for. And then I pretty much learned, like, right after I started it, that it wasn't the first Zelda game for the N64, because Ocarina of Time. So for Christmas, which, you know, was a month later, I got the other one and actually beat that one first. Yeah, like, the handhelds had some really good moments, too, though. And, you know, you got Seasons. An Oracle of Seasons and Ages. I mean, after that, after I played those two, I also went back and it was unfortunately with an emulator. Oh, Link Between Worlds was so good, definitely. But yeah, so that's how I went back and played them. And now I'm so happy that so many of them got, you know, ported or re-released or cleaned up or whatever. So it was like fun playing them again. There's only 2 franchise of video games that I own like everything special edition for it that I can, and it's Zelda and Star Ocean, so. Ooh, chemical peels, not fun. I can agree with that. Those are both really good ones. I also like really loved how they did the he won't have a face. Oh, can I draw a face on for you? You know, I think one of the reasons Skyward Sword also stands out so much is because the side characters have so much personality. Bruce Cannon. A lot of the other ones, you don't really get to interact with the side characters the way you do in Skyward Sword. Well, that's not a bad thing. Yeah, he's also definitely one of the Links with more personality. Although Wind Waker Link will always be my favorite Link personality. But yeah, I mean, part of the charm of, you know, all some of the other games is that he doesn't have much of a personality and you can insert yourself in, but I also like when they do give him personality. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Oh man, Bonking Wong. The dream. Back when they were still doing them, Rana, Faye, and I would go to all of the Zelda Symphony orchestras together too. Living the dream. My god, I love those so much. So sad they don't do them anymore. I'm only here to see to go to video game concerts. Actually, every single orchestra I've been to has only been for video games. I did the one of the Final Fantasy ones once. I don't even remember which one it was. And then I did the Zelda one every time it was there. I did the Pokemon one the one time they ran it. And then, of course, I got to do the Nier one, and I got to get VIP tickets, so I got to meet Yoko Taro and Okabe. And they signed stuff, and we got photos with them, and it was so cool. Yeah. I need to take that down. I'm so bad at this. I keep forgetting it's up there until I do a stream, and then I just see it come across, and I was like, God damn it, I forgot again. I'll see you there. I'll see you there, Ranafe. You better be there. That makes me feel better. Yeah, well, because I usually just have the same ones going, but actually that particular one for the Zoskias 10th anniversary one was actually my Kickstarter one, because to access it, it's got the Kickstarter tag, but obviously the Kickstarter's over, which I was so excited that I had so many people step up and last minute do some big funding for it. That made me very happy. Especially because I had some friends who were being really shitty about it. But yeah, I just rewrote the Kickstarter one for that because I was being lazy. And I figure, you know, that's not something I use all the time because I don't do Kickstarters that regularly. Oh my god, she looks so cat girl. I think is the point. Okay, so Tuesday, the main reason I ended up missing it, I did spend the day with Kitten, which was planned, but I actually expected to be back sooner. But so we went to a hair salon, which I don't trust salonists, so I have not been to one since I was like 6. It's been a long time since me. But I decided to get a red streak in my hair, which I did. So, anyways, you know, we knew Kittens would take a while. Initially, we were trying to get an earlier appointment, but they ended up having to switch it to like later in the day, so it didn't even start till 2. Your hair looks so cute though, Twaifu. I like how you cut it. I think you did a good job. Me who never cuts her hair. I just trim it. But yeah, so well, we get there and they started on me, and initially we were supposed to be like in the same area, but they kept moving Kitten around because they couldn't move me apparently because my length of my hair, so I just sat in the same place the whole time. I wrote a lot of Hanif during that time, which is why if you guys are on my Patreon and in the $10 tier, you've noticed there's another work in progress up for you to read. But yeah, so like they said they were gonna leave the color on my hair for 35 minutes. They left it on for like an hour and a half, which isn't a problem. They just were saying, well, you know, the longer it stays on, the more it will pick up. Because I have blonde hair naturally, and it was the summer has helped lighten it again because it's one of those, you know, blonde hair. I don't know if you guys know this for those who don't have blonde hair, but certain types of blonde hair actually do have a little bit of color change, and like when the sun's really bright, they can lighten, and that's how my hair is. Annoying links. Ranafe, join me, become another long-haired girl. So long. Nah, I mean, I understand long hair is not for everyone. I'm just used to it. But yeah, so, and then, they started on Kitten's hair, and I feel like they forgot about her for a while. The guy who was doing her hair, I think they may have overbooked him. He was super busy. And then they finally went to go put the red in her hair because she recolored that part, and then she got the peekaboo style, which is super cute. It's a very good look on her. But like the stylist who actually colored her hair red wasn't even our stylist, the one that we were supposed to have. It was his mother. There's apparently like a family that works there, because I think it's one of those salons that like rents space out to stylists, by the sounds of it. And yeah, his sister, I don't know if she's older or younger. I just know they're related because of I heard so much gossip while I was there, and then the parents, the mom and dad both worked there. Oh, I know you had long hair, Ronafe. When I met you, you had long hair about my length, which was super cool. You know what, Twaifu? I actually have really dry hair myself. So if you ever need tips on dry hair, let me know. Because they actually told me my hair is in very good shape. I was really surprised. I expected them to be like, oh, because, you know, even a year ago, my hair was really, really a lot drier than it was. Everyone's hair is different. But yeah, I have naturally dry hair. But yeah, so then, you know, so his mother was actually the one who did the red, and then when it was time to do the peekaboo style, like the thing, he was gonna ask his mom to do it, but the stylist who shared the room with him at that point, because they moved us around. By that time, I was actually free, so I was sitting in the room with Kitten and working on Hannah while she got finished up. They basically they had like a shared room, and she's like, you know what, I'll do it. I love doing that kind of thing. So she did it. Her name was Megan. I'm following her on Instagram now. Her stuff is pretty awesome. Oh, yeah, Kitten has, it's weird. In my family, I'm the only one, well, I guess my mom also has dry hair, but both Kitten and Sakura have more oily hair. So I'm guessing that my father probably also has more oily hair. I don't talk hair stuff with him. But yeah, so we got there at 2 for the appointment, got in right away and everything, because our appointment was at 2:15, but they put us in right away. And then I think we were leaving, it was almost 9. It was pretty rough. They had us there for a long time. I just kind of felt like our stylist kept walking off and forgetting about us, though. It wasn't too bad, though. I was okay. I did fine. I was a little nervous at first, but they were all like, no, we'll take good care of you, and they did. And there was no cutting of my hair, which helped, because that's what traumatized me as a kid. My hair is... Do you want to get, like, Fran Drescher big hair? Yeah, layered hair is not that hard to do, but for some reason, a lot of basic, like, places don't seem to know how to do it right. I've heard this rant from Ray Ray before. I don't, like I said, I don't go to hairdressers, so I don't know it myself, but she's not the only one I've heard say it, and I've seen reviews talk about it too. But yeah, layered hair. Layered cuts, because she also has very big hair. Big hair, is that the right word? Thick, that's the word I'm looking for. So she also does the layered thing with it a lot. You learned it on YouTube. I mean, I guess for like wigs and stuff, I've done similar stuff. Yeah, while I was there though, every single stylist in there at one point or another had to come over and comment on my hair and touch it. And mind you, I was I had like the foil on my hair for the color, so I couldn't move, otherwise it might shift. Because yeah, they were like, don't move, we don't want to get it onto your blonde locks. This blonde, red on blonde switches a lot. Yeah, it was funny. I actually had a great time despite that. It was just very, like, I didn't like it the couple times that they moved Kitten out of where to the point where I couldn't see her anymore or talk to her. So we were sitting there line messaging each back and forth while we're, you know, just in the same, technically in the same area, but neither one of us was gonna shout. They were really full, really busy that day. But yeah, I was very happy that they said I'd take good care of my hair. So I'm like, good. My improving how I take care of my hair has apparently worked. So I'm happy with that. Nothing wrong with watching the video every time. Sometimes I do that too. Not for hair cutting, but for other stuff. I mean, for wig styling, I guess. Yeah, we started out next to each other in the chairs in the open room, and then they moved. They had to move Kitten because they needed that chair. And she, with the way her hair was, or the bleach or whatever, they could move her easier, so they did, because they had to bleach the underneath for the peekaboo. But yeah, with my length and everything, they didn't want to move me, so they didn't. Guys, I'm not kidding you when I say I have 36 inches of blonde hair. I have the hair of my avatar on purpose. Or rather, I designed my avatar after me, so. Now I actually look more like it because I have the red streak too. I do have anime hair. It also attacks like anime hair. I've got like, it like attacks like Militia Rage from Guilty Gear. Yeah, I've just always had long hair. But yeah, my hair was not, I didn't take very good care of it when I was younger. And I had a point where I started like actually losing clumps of it. Like I lost some hair and it thinned out and I was a little worried about it. But that's why I started taking better care of it, because I was like, crap, I should probably be doing that. When you grow up, you learn a lot of different things, so. And I'm not the kind who really cares about my appearance, which is part of why the whole not taking care of my hair thing happened. Not that I was like not washing it or something, but I was using, you know, shampoos and conditioners that were a little harder on it and stuff like that. Plus, I get stressed easy. I did learn a lot about styling hair riser just because I watched a lot of people get their hair done. I didn't really have anything else to do when they took Kitten from me. They stole her. I was all alone. I was traumatized. Yeah, no, it wasn't that bad, but. I should also point out, if you guys noticed that both Kitten and I said the same thing in the Discord about our hair, that's because I shared the pictures of her hair from her phone and just put the same thing because I'm weird. I was like, I'm gonna take your phone and share it. And she's like, what? And then I did. I'm like, she's like, I was like, what do you want me to type? She's like, I don't care. I'm like, okay, I'm typing new hair who dis like I did for me. That's not a very Kitten thing to say. That's definitely a me thing to say. I talk a lot crazier than Kitten for the most part. I mean, you guys have heard her on Phasma and stuff, and even on her own stream, she can get pretty crazy too. Especially when she's with the right people. But yeah, like, no, she generally is more, she uses a lot less slang than me, I guess, and not so much dumb talk. I love how her hair came out, though. I thought it was really cool. I actually went really early to Kitten's house, so we watched Baby Yoda. We finished up the first season, and we got lunch beforehand too. Yeah, she did all the posting on her Instagram and Facebook herself. She did ask me which layout I thought was the best for the photos on the Facebook one, but yeah, no, she did all that. It's just a Discord message with me, or the Discord channel one. I was like, I'm gonna put this in selfies, even though I know it's not a selfie. We don't really have like a just random. Maybe we should change it to like selfies and photos of people kind of thing. I don't know. But yeah. I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad that she got to have like a mental health day for herself and just get to relax and stuff like that. It was fun. Your mental health is important too. So it's not just physical health, it's, you know, mental can do a lot. So everyone take care of your mental health too. Or else. Yeah, it was a pretty bad situation. I mean, and like I like, I'm kind of glad, I'm really glad she still kept those days off after all that. I was like, yeah, you should just take those days for yourself. I couldn't do anything with her that Monday because of teaching. I mean, I guess I probably could have gone up and done something earlier, but I had 11 boxes to pack that day, so it was better I didn't. I'm just glad that we were able to have fun and stuff on Tuesday. And she caught up on some chores on Monday instead. Oh, I made her eyes really blue. Okay. Alright. I kind of felt with that whole situation. I was like, high school drama! But yeah. Either way, we had fun, and we ate yummy foods, and we drank some wine, and we watched Baby Yodas. This is the way. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem, isn't it? Like, wait, how old are you guys? Oh, right, you're the same age as us. Ah! But it happens, I guess. What did Vince say? I know, like, it's been super stressful for everyone. The pandemic really changed a lot of things, and that doesn't help. It doesn't help either that so many people are financially struggling right now. And like, I know both Kitten and I are applying for some of the same jobs, so that can be a bit, stressful. Neither of us tends to get them or get interviews, which is also just as stressful. Like, please love us. Love us, damn it. Yeah, no, I'm glad I didn't take that one. Actually, there's one of the jobs she just recently interviewed with, because we talk all the time about this, because, well, I talk to her at least a couple times a day. I always message her once a day to start it off in the morning, and then we just have conversations throughout the day. One of the jobs she interviewed with, I was worried. The reason I didn't actually apply for that job was because it was I was worried based on the location and everything that it might be the old job I had briefly that I had to quit because they were doing crap that they weren't supposed to do and everything. A little background of that so you guys can understand better is for a while I worked at a I got an interview and I ended up taking the job for a funeral place. Specifically it was a place that did like the like people like that did booklets and other like memorial stuff, but specifically for like deceased loved ones. So not exactly a happy job. First off, you're dealing with a lot of depressing content. And when I initially applied for it, it was a full-time job with benefits and everything. And I was like, this is great, When I actually interviewed it for it, they're like, oh, well, we're looking at part-time now. And I'm guessing the reason is because they got so many candidates. Well, I was one of the final candidates, so I did get an offer. And also initially when they told me about it, they were like, oh, well, you'll work 3 days a week. full hour times, and then blah, uh, one Saturday a month. And I was like, that's fine. That works out really well. And I mean, I was still with the because it was only part time. I was like, I'm gonna stay and keep working at the print shop I'm at because why not? Wow, what did I do? Oh, that's what I did. Yeah, so anyways, they were like, okay, that's fine. And this is what we all discussed when they hired me. Well, I get my first schedule, and they hired me, or they had me down for days I said I couldn't do. They had me down for every other Saturday. There was very little room for advancement. Like all this, half the stuff they told me wasn't there anymore. And I was like, okay, what is going on? This is not even what we just talked about. Then to make matters worse, when I started actually my first, when I started working there, so their idea of training was, oh hey, let's have you shadow this person and watch what they do. But that's just it. We sat behind one of the managers and watched her on the computer, and I was like, what? How is this helping me? I understand how to use Photoshop. Can I give me something I can try on or whatever? But like she was very much like, guys, just sit here and watch me, and it was super not helpful. Then we finally got transferred to other people, and yeah, they were doing it in such a weird way. If you didn't do it their way, they didn't like it. Even if you had a way that was faster and just as good. So it was definitely one of those places. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, whatever. Then we got assigned to another, when she had to go do something, we got to actually work with some of the other employees, and they were like, here, let me teach you how to do this. So I was like, okay, I finally got some training in. I like this. I feel like I'm doing good. Well, because I had a lot more experience than the other girl they hired at the same time as me, they were planning on having me learn how to do some more stuff. But they never even got that far with it because they kept giving me like really easy stuff to do, and then they wouldn't give me much, and I would get done with it and I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? Well, the manager that I liked was just like, oh great, you're done, well, we don't have anything else for you right now and we're all busy, so just kind of like chill. So I spent a lot of time doodling in the notebook I had there for notes and stuff, and the other manager, who was a bitch, got really mad about it, and she's like, why aren't you doing anything? I'm like, I don't have anything to do. And she was like tearing into me, and the other manager wasn't in the room at the time. When she came back in and heard this, she's like, what are you doing? I told her just to stand by until we had something. It's like, oh, I didn't know. I'm like, did she tell you? And I was like, yes, I told her. Like, and she didn't want to believe me. Like, I'm not doing my work. And then, of course, because it was a long work day or whatever, I was supposed to have a half-hour lunch break and two 15-minute bathroom breaks. The typical, stuff you get on an 8-hour work day. But they weren't giving me my lunch breaks. I had to keep being like, guys, I need to eat. I'm gonna pass out. You guys are not doing this right. And then the bitchy manager would finally be like, fine, go eat. They weren't letting me go to the bathroom or whatever regularly, so I just started getting up and going because I'm like, I can't do this. I need to take a break at times. It was just like I was coming home sick every day. So yeah, I quit. I was like, I can't do this. You guys are, this is a horrible environment. You guys are not making it easy to work, conducive to work. My coworkers and stuff were fine. They were really friendly. And the other manager was great, but she didn't have as much pull as the bitchy one. So I don't know what their title was anymore. It's been so long, but I'm like, yeah, no, it's pretty bad. When I went back to the print shop, because I was still working at the print shop. That's the one that I worked at until last March when the pandemic hit. Yeah, it was really bad. And of course, when I mentioned that as reasons for quitting, the owner was like, what do you mean? Like, you should have been getting that. I was like, well, why don't you talk to this bitchy manager? I didn't call her bitchy manager, but I was like, yeah, I kept asking for time and stuff, and when I was supposed to do this. and I wasn't getting like, you know, an okay to go do it, nor was I being told, oh, hey, at, you know, said time, go take it. And like when I'd ask about it, like the one manager was like, it's not time yet. And like she wouldn't tell me what time. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, it was a horrible environment. But yeah, so that's why I didn't apply there. But it turns out that it got bought out by another company. And they are not directly linked. So Kitten did apply for that job and had an interview with it. But it is not the same company per se. They technically kind of are, but they're not. So she would not be working with the same people for sure. Which is good. But sadly... And no, I did not mean to make my face look angry. Sorry, guys. I really need to stop using the number pad for stuff. But yeah, so that was my that's pretty much the worst job situation I ever had. And of course, it wasn't union either, so yeah, you can imagine they don't care. Heck, even half the one job I had that was union was really bad about that. I was a cashier for a while, and I literally threw my back out. And the what, I guess I don't know what you call him, like the guy who actually managed that particular location. Like all my managers, including the ones that I didn't like that were mean to me normally, or like more like harder to deal with, were all like, "Oh my God, we gotta send her home. She can't stand or anything." And I'm like, you know, barely able to walk. I couldn't get to my car by myself. One of the baggers had to actually help me to my car. Yeah, probably store manager. That sounds about right. Like, he was like, you know, they were all like, do you need to call an ambulance or whatever? And I was like, no, I just need to sit down, and I can't stand the rest of the day. I'm gonna have to go and lay down and take medication when I get home, all this stuff. He was so snippy at me about the fact that I had to go home. And I'm like, dude, I cannot freaking stand. Like, this is not my decision. You can tell. Like, I basically almost fell over when my back went out, and I was so hunched over. I was like, I called my my direct manager right away, and I was like, I can't do this. I really need to just sit down. And then after that, I told them I couldn't work longer than 4-hour shifts, so that's how it had to go. Because my doctor was like, no, you can't do this. That's where the I can't stand longer than 4-hour thing comes from, but I don't actually think I can even stand 4 hours anymore. Yeah, I don't either. It's not like, I mean, I know there's going to be times when employees try to get out of work. But, like, honestly, if the workplace is conducive, like, people want to work. People just don't want to work at shitty jobs where they're shit on. You know, they want to be appreciated. Their time is valuable. Their skills are valuable. I get really mad at the people who are all like, oh, well, they're just like grocery store people or just like fast food. And like, do you know how shitty those jobs are and how much you have to do? I'm that kind of person who's never mean to those kind of people, especially those. I'm not mean to employees anywhere anyways. If they get a little snippy with me, I get a little upset, but I'm not gonna like chew their head off unless they are being like really unreasonable. And then I still won't. I'll just ask to speak to a manager. But I don't really think I've ever had to deal with that, so it's not a problem. But yeah, I still remember, like, honestly, a lot of that could have been assuaged. Oh no, Olympic ceremonies. Have you guys seen how many people have already gotten COVID from it? Like, Actually, I wanted to check something really quick. Let me go message Kitten. I was hoping to raid her. I don't know. I don't know when her stream, if her stream is 6 or 6:30. Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is I do know Japan has a very low vaccination rate, and I don't blame them. So, if you guys actually looked at the testing for the vaccines, they did not heavily test minorities. They also purposely excluded people with autoimmune, which is why I'm a little leery about it. But yeah, so you know, Japan normally wears masks and stuff, so that's not a big issue. But the last time there was a big issue where there was a vaccine that got over to Japan and it wasn't tested properly. And of course the Japanese people were like, we'll get it, this is fine. And this is like, you know, like a long time ago. But a lot of people died from the vaccine, so that's why they're a little vaccine shy. But Japan is actually doing testing on it right now, so once it clears their testing, people will get it. It's not like they won't get it ever. It's just one of those, they want to make sure they're safe, and I don't blame them. Like I said, after what happened before. It's actually interesting. I've been following clinical trials on autoimmune because, like I said, they literally excluded that group of people from the testing, the initial testing of Pfizer and Moderna. I don't know about Johnson & Johnson, but I know for those they did. And yeah, it's weird because yeah, I mean that's just it. Chances are, even though they got it, it might not have been from a Japanese person. There are also, you know, lots of other athletes there, some coming from places that do not vaccinate or can't, or getting shitty vaccinations. Like I've been recently following Indonesia's vaccine rates because of a VTuber I follow got COVID. Poor girl, Yofish. And basically Indonesia was vaccinating. They didn't have a lot, but you know, whatever they could get, they were doing. But the biggest problem was they got one of the Chinese vaccines that have been proven not to work very well. Their percentage is very low, but that's all they could get. So they are getting Pfizer finally, but not until like August. So, you know, with the Delta coming out now, it's like the cases are jumping tremendously because they don't have a good vaccine over there. But there are places that, like some of these smaller countries and stuff, the ones that we consider third world, you know, they weren't able to get like the good vaccines because we bought them up so fast, like the major countries. Yeah, I'm not really sure how it's all going, and I don't know. I think it was overall kind of dumb to do the Olympics period. I understand that, you know, they spent a lot of time and money doing it, but I also feel like it would have been better just to be like, nah, we'll do it next year. I don't know, things have just been so crazy. It's such a different world now with all this stuff going on. Brave new world. Can I get off this ride yet? Stop this planet, I want to get off! Okay. Yay, our hair base is done. Meow! Meow, says Arata. He's meowing at me. Oh, now he's coming to do his stretches and get some pets. Important things, guys. Important things. Ah, I missed some stuff. Yeah. But I mean, the problem is, yeah, no, the U.S. has not taken many precautions at all. I don't know why I'm looking down there. She doesn't have hair down there. I think I'm used to tails, but he did not say to put on a tail. Ooh. See, I think that's good though. But I'm also a big fan. Like, I would be okay if somebody asked to see my my vaccine proof or whatever. I actually carry it around in my purse. Mostly because I stuck it in there after I got it and I just never took it out. But yeah, like, no, I'm okay with that. You want to see my vaccine record? Here it is. It's actually funny because when I was at the doctor and they asked, like, do you know like, because I said in March and they're like, do you know what date you got it? And I was like, wait, I have my vaccine stuff with me. And they were laughing because I just had it in my purse. I'm like, yeah, I just left it in my wallet this whole time. I was wondering, are we allowed to laminate it? I couldn't find anything that said either way if we were. Obviously, I own a laminator, so it's super easy for me to do. And I was going to offer, to laminate friends' vaccines too, if we're allowed to. Because I don't know if they end up adding a booster or whatever, or if there's like some legality issues there. Because I'd like to laminate it just so it doesn't get ruined. I don't know, guys. I'm not savvy on this. Yeah, it's in the my chart record too. Yep. For some reason, mine wasn't, but I literally was able to hand them the vaccine card, so they saw it, and it's in there now. I still have to go. Speaking of tests, I still have to go in for blood work too. I usually just go to the outpatient center and get it done. The one time I had it done at the doctor's, and this is not the doctor I have now, but the doctor I had before. So I was a lot younger, but they missed and hit a nerve instead. So I don't get it done at any place except for the outpatient center now. That arm is permanently screwed up. Like, there's no fixing it. It's not horrible all the time because I went through PT for it, but it's enough that, like, the nerve damage is permanent. It's not going away. It's mostly just twinges. So far, it's not been that bad. I've had a couple times where it's gotten worse, but the worst is my leg, which actually was not a doctor's fault. I dropped a box of books on my leg at a really awkward angle on my left leg, and it still hurts to this day. And they went in and did studies. I didn't have any breaks or tests. I don't have any breaks. I even went through PT and stuff for it too, but my insurance thought it was better and I didn't need more. But yeah, basically I have like a permanent shin splint in that leg. They don't know why, because they're like, that shouldn't be like that. Should have already healed. So they were confounded by it too. Okay. I am gonna actually get off stream here. I can't raid Kitten because she's not on until 6:30. I just don't want to stay on that long, guys. I want to go eat. I always want to go eat. It's my thing. I know, I started really early today too, though, so that was good. No, I'm gonna eat twice and you can't stop me. Alright, so, big important things are going on this weekend. The karaoke stream, the monthly karaoke stream is this Saturday. It is going to be with Ranafe this time, and we will be doing Calafina as the theme. So make sure you guys come and join. It's also going to be starting at an earlier time. Instead of 8 p.m. Central, where it normally starts, it'll be starting at 6 p.m. Central. Let's see what else. I might do another stream or so. I don't know, maybe tonight even, or tomorrow for like playing a game. But nothing big planned. Friday night will also be the Akiba Soul stream. We don't have too many trade-ins to go through, but I will be on that as well. And then I officially have the next date for it. As promised, I did a poll to see how you guys wanted Japanese lessons once a month. One, no surprise. But the first official Japanese lesson after the one I did is going to be August 7th. The theme will be hiragana. So we will talk and I'll teach you stroke order and stuff like that about that, and we'll kind of go on from there. I will probably be putting up polls on Twitter as I have been for the karaoke days, as for the dates on those as well. Trying to keep around my own schedule, but also find the dates that most people are free at to actually attend them. So I think that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and get off. Good night. Good night. It's not even nighttime. I mean, I guess it is. Bye.